Hi, Virgo, and happy birthday. This is your month to shine. Yes, even with Mercury retrograde and shadow retrograde. Thank you for revisiting and welcome to new viewers. And as I promised in the August videos, I ditched the AI voice and got the nerve to record my own voice so it can be more personable. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you find the content entertaining and informative. It really does help boost my channel, and consider subscribing to help me grow. Okay, so let's get into this video. I will give you your main theme of September 2023. Then I will summarize some of September's major planetary dynamics and how that may affect you. I'll do a quick revisit of a couple of astrological events in the past, since we do have retrograde planets and repeating aspects. And finally, two things to look forward to next year. First, and in general, September um, is another slow month like August. I think it has the theme of hurry up and wait, mainly because, as I mentioned, we have planets in retrograde, and there's six of them, and inclusive of the seven minor um, body of Chiron. But I will touch on this later. There are two Virgos, and so there are two themes in September. The first is it's all about you, your appearance, your CV, your personality, um, your physical face, your relaunch. You could be changing your hair, plastic surgery, a new style of clothing, flats instead of high heels, or vice versa, and maybe even your health, as you do rule the sixth house of health habits and routines. The second theme is secrets and maybe a relationship at a distance, and children, romance, or pets are somehow involved. Going back to a relaunch of a new you that I mentioned, because at the end of July and August, you have been working on yourself behind the scenes, navel gazing or going inwards and psychologically probing maybe your spirituality, of either being thankful for or questioning your faith. And like I said, especially about romance, children, creativity, and pets. You have been trying to work on how you can have more fun, and or you have had a distant relationship, maybe behind the scenes or online, or your relationship has been feeling like it is distant. Otherwise, and inclusively, someone from your past maybe has been in contact. Finally, it could just be you and your partner are doing just great, but you have discussed or had issues regarding distance, travel, foreign people, foreign places, people at a distance, children, and so on. I will hit on this a little bit more when I go through your September star lineup. We have a beautiful new moon in your sign on the 14th. So, something of a coming out birthday party with a brand new you. Now, Mercury, your ruling planet, is retrograde and in shadow until the end of the month. So, this relaunch on the new moon, you may tweak again, and for the third time by the end of Mercury's shadow at the end of the month. But it's all good. I will mention Pluto in Capricorn, and that's your fifth house of love, romance, children, pets, creativity, and gambling, and the power and control involved since it's Pluto. So think back to December of last year through to March, April of this year. There were conversations, arguments, disagreements, or agreements, and or something about control and power regarding your fifth house. A surprising power shift occurred where roles were exchanged, promoted, or demoted. This dynamic is reverberating again this month because the consequences are in play. I'll explain a little more when I go through your September lineup. Back to the cosmological lineup in September. But first, let's do the retrograde planets. Okay, with the retrograde planets, we have Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is your seventh house of partners, um, and partners are obviously marriage partners or significant others, but it can also include bosses. It's the house of contractual agreements, open enemies, and anyone who can really hold up a mirror to you and reflect back on how you're feeling inside. Neptune is also in Pisces, in the same house. And just a little bit, Saturn is the planet of restriction and the master teacher. And Neptune is the elusive master. Um, and in Pisces, Pisces are dreamers. They're the two fishes that swim in opposite directions. So it's more of an escape from reality. And you may have met and been through um, partners that seemed elusive, um, that had an on again, off again kind of theme, but they were hard to pin down. So Saturn in Pisces, um, that came in this year in March, is pulling you back down to reality and trying to teach you about partnerships. So both these planets are in retrograde. And of course, Neptune in Pisces has been with us since Valentine's Day 2012. So you are used to this energy, and some of you have been disappointed because of these elusive partners. But it will be leaving your seventh house in a couple of years in 2026, and it's coinciding with um, Saturn's uh, end tour of your seventh house. So you are going to have a big surprise about partnerships um, in the next few years, and it'll be good. But it's in retrograde right now. And let's go on to Pluto in Capricorn. It is your fifth house of romance, children, creativity, pets, and gambling. And power plays and control have been the theme. But you have mastered some kind of teaching ability in this house, or the younger generation looks up to you very much so. Uranus in Taurus is also in retrograde, and that is your ninth house of travel, academia, foreign people, foreign places, people at a distance, and publishing in the World Wide Web. And in April, when Uranus entered Taurus, your plate has been full with these themes. Okay, Mercury is in your sign and it is retrograde, so your first house of self and appearance. And Chiron is in Aries, and Aries for you is your eighth house of sex, death, and taxes. So intimacy, uh, death would be allegorical here, because no astrologer can predict death, literal death rather. So it's an ending and a beginning, a phoenix rising from the ashes. And then taxes, and taxes, the eighth house is the house that you benefit from other people's money. So a partner's income, an inheritance, gifts, lump sums of money, um, and all that good stuff. So enough of the retrograde planets. Let's go up to your September lineup. Today, Venus is stationing direct in Leo. It is your 12th house of secrets, behind the scenes, spirituality, confining institutions such as hospitals, prisons, even, and it is the house of hidden enemies. And since the end of July and through August, you've been you're you've been pulled into this area of secrets and spirituality, and behind the scenes, and you may have had issues, but as of today, it is stationing and going direct. Even though it's still considered in shadow, um, because it'll be moving very slow, and it'll come out of its shadow by the end of the month, and things will be good to go. Then Venus does bring the gift of love and money. Um, uh, the fourth, the next day, Jupiter is retrograde, is going to station retrograde in Taurus, and that is your ninth house of travel, academia, um, and I mentioned all the other things that go with the Taurus house, and that will be again in review of what you've been through from April up until now. So it'll slow down this house, and give you a moment to breathe, and then make the changes necessary when it goes direct. Same day, Mercury in your sign of self appearance and personality will trine. This is a soft aspect. Jupiter in Taurus. And Taurus again is your ninth house. And this will be the second time. So some information about yourself and your appearance is giving good vibes to your house of travel and academics. So the first time it happened was August 9th. Look to that if you want, like, specifically to know what it's about. And this will be a second time. There will be a third time at the end of the month. I will explain it to you when we get to it. On the 8th, the sun in Virgo, so the sun in your sign of self and appearance, will again a soft aspect trine Jupiter in Taurus, your ninth house of travel. So first you get the information up here with Mercury, then the sun shines the spotlight, and you can use that information to move forward of something regarding your ninth house of travel. And trine's a really soft aspect, so some of you may not even feel it, but keep that in mind. Okay, on the 13th, Pallas at zero enters Libra at zero. And well, first, I don't really mention these minor bodies, but when they're at 0 degrees, they're significant. So I myself like to mention them. And Libra is your second house of job, income, and values, what you will and will not sell out for. And then on the same day, Vesta enters nurturing and family oriented Cancer, and that is your 11th house of friends, groups, associations, and your hopes and dreams. So your friends and groups feel more like family to you, and they're very nurturing for you. So yeah, on this day, see what happens with these two houses. On the 14th, yay! It's a new moon in your sign. Um, so your self and appearance and personality will be in focus. Something new about that. Maybe it'll be your coming out, your new coming out um, self at your birthday, um, or you will plant the seeds of something new about you during this new moon. And it's a beautiful new moon. It's a great new moon. So good luck with that. Again, smaller bodies here on the 15th. Ceres enters Scorpio. Scorpio is your third house of communication and commuting. And on the 15th, Mercury in Virgo, again, your sign, will station direct. Um, and I didn't mention in the retrograde planets, when a planet stations to go either retrograde or direct. It's a powerful moment, especially with you. You are ruled by Mercury, and this is information about yourself and appearance, and it's stationing. So this information will reverberate future in time. It's a powerful information for you. So keep that in mind. The 15th, and see what happens. On the 17th, Venus in Leo, your 12th house of behind the scenes, will square Jupiter and Taurus, your ninth house of travel and academia. And this will be the third and final time. And squares and oppositions, a lot of people don't like them. They're scared of them. I actually like them. Um, I like hard aspects, but especially squares and oppositions, because it will jumpstart something that's stagnant or that is dormant. Um, so, and opposition, the same thing. Whether good or bad, at least it starts moving. It gets a jolt. So, if you want to know what it's about, look to these dates. The first time was mid June, June 11th, and then the second time was a couple of weeks ago on the 22nd. And then on the 17th, it'll be the third and final time, as I mentioned. The 19th of September, the sun in your sign will oppose Neptune in Pisces, your seventh house of partners. Now, here, you've been having partnership issues, like I mentioned, and this opposition will um, will be significant if your relationship is not favorable. This will help you make a decision to let it go. Even though Mercury, your ruling planet, is still considered shadow retrograde, so try to keep your final decision till the end of the month because you don't have all the information. But there's an opposition on the 19th. On the 21st, the sun in your sign will trine another soft aspect, Pluto in Capricorn, and that's your fifth house of love and romance and children and pets. I love pets and creativity. So another soft aspect. Again, you may not feel it, but it's a good vibe. On the 23rd, the sun enters Libra. Libra is your second house of job, income, and values. So what you will and will not sell out for. So your focus will be on this house starting the 23rd and forward. And then the sun will show you what's going on with that or show you new opportunities. On the 25th of September, Mercury in your sign again will do another soft aspect. It will trine Jupiter and Taurus, so the ninth house of travel. And this is the one that I mentioned will happen the third and final time. So the first time it happened was August 9th. Second time um, is coming up right. What is today? The third. So tomorrow, and then on the 25th, it'll be the same theme all over again. So throughout the month, there's information and focus on your appearance and something at a distance, something to do with academia, publishing, the World Wide Web, maybe an online relationship, um, and publishing. I mentioned that, yes. People at a distance. So see what that's about. And then finally, at the end of the month, there is a full moon in Aries, and this full moon does have some hard aspects, and it's a powerful full moon. And this is your eighth house of sex, death, and taxes. And if you have anything of 6 degrees of Aries, this will very much impact you. But full moons are endings, um, culmination of what you've been working on, or fruition of what you planted the seeds of the new moon in Aries. Um, so it's giving you the final answer here, and Mercury's out of shadow at the end of the month. That's your ruler. So something big about your house of intimacy, a death and a rebirth, and other people's money that you benefit from is either coming to an end, is being disrupted, or it's coming into fruition. Okay, let me go back to my notes so I can tell you the aspect of 2024, the two aspects that I mentioned. Okay, um, so let's discuss these two future forecasts that are really exciting and good. Um, Jupiter turns direct in Taurus, your ninth house of travel, people at a distance, academia, publishing, the World Wide Web, again, maybe an online relationship. Um, this will pick up again. So it's been in review, it'll be in review starting this month through December. But in January, it turns direct and it'll start picking up again. And it will trine Pluto and Capricorn, your fifth house of love, romance, children, and creativity or pets. So this is a really good aspect. And even though trines are soft aspects, but these are powerful planets. Jupiter is huge, and Pluto, of course, is very powerful planet. So look to that. That's an um, exciting thing to happen. Okay, this is also setting up some type of surprise in May because Jupiter in Taurus, your ninth house, will trine surprising and electrifying Uranus in Taurus, again, your ninth house. Um, this could be a big surprise that that will set your heart aflutter. It really is, and it will be, like I said, surprising, but it will be very good. Powerful planets here too. Uh, and yeah, I'm excited for you for this new year, and of course for this Saturn and Neptune coinciding and ending of your seventh house travel because you have had elusive partners, but it's all setting you up for the ideal partner because you do tend to idealize a partner, and it is setting you up to have an ideal partner in your life thereafter. And thank you very much for listening to this video. If you did find it informative, please give it a like and consider subscribing. Thank you for listening and your patience. Okay, Virgos, stay strong. I will talk to you in upcoming videos. Take care.